Imagine trying to mourn the passing of a close friend online, reading through heartfelt comments, and then suddenly blasting onto your screen is a brightly colored commercial for a new car. Right now, the internet treats a loved one's digital footprint as rented space. Big tech platforms view memories as ad inventory, meaning if a server shuts down or a company goes bankrupt, the entire digital legacy disappears with it. Meanwhile, the physical world presents its own harsh logistical hurdles. Grieving families are suddenly handed a blank page and asked to accurately summarize an entire human life in a matter of hours. After rushing to write that summary, they face shipping anxiety. They must order the printed programs and hope the boxes arrive before the ceremony begins. Even if the delivery is perfectly on time, traditional paper programs are highly vulnerable. Over the decades, they get misplaced in attics, stained by coffee, or ruined by water damage. If we want to preserve a life story securely, we have to stop treating digital dignity as an afterthought. We need to approach remembrance as a rigorous engineering requirement. True preservation requires a dual-engineered approach, building a system that protects the narrative from algorithmic decay in the cloud while simultaneously guarding it against physical destruction on the ground. Virtual Obits is built to solve the software half of this equation. Instead of staring at a blank document, families use a compassionate, guided creation process to remove the initial friction of writing. An 8-step guided wizard collects basic biographical data, family history, and life milestones. The interface keeps the inputs highly structured, so the user never feels overwhelmed by the task. The platform then applies Gemini 3 Flash, an advanced AI model built for text generation, to instantly synthesize those raw notes into a polished narrative. You simply select the tone of the ceremony from a drop-down menu, and the writing style automatically adjusts to match. To bypass the uncertainty of relying on a delivery truck, the system instantly generates high-resolution, perfectly paginated PDFs. Families can take these files and print them locally on demand. This diagram outlines the platform's commitment to data sovereignty, the legal concept that digital information is subject to the control of the person who created it, not the host. Through the Legacy download feature, users can export a self-contained HTML archive that functions entirely offline. This deliberate software architecture effectively removes the family's narrative from big tech algorithms, reclaiming permanent ownership of the data. But an offline file on a hard drive doesn't provide a physical place to visit. We need a secure, permanent bridge in the cemetery that links back to the digital sanctuary. The hardware solution is the Eternal QR Plate. It is constructed from AISI 316L, a highly durable marine-grade stainless steel alloy designed to resist acid, saltwater, and intense UV exposure. This cross-section illustrates the danger of using mechanical attachments to install the plate yourself. Drilling screws into a monument allows water to seep into the holes. When winter hits, that water freezes, expands, and completely fractures the stone from the inside. Basic surface adhesives fail as well. Standard hardware store epoxy will slump down the vertical face of the stone before it cures, and a plate glued flat against the surface can easily be pried off by vandals. The highest engineering standard for longevity requires the plate to be installed at the factory, using a technique called a polished inlay. The monument builder uses a CNC router, a computer-controlled cutting machine, to carve a precise pocket exactly 1.2 millimeters deep into the granite. The 1 millimeter steel plate is then epoxied securely inside, sitting slightly subflush to the surrounding surface. By recessing the metal, the stone provides a natural protective lip around all 4 edges. The technology is integrated as a robust structural component of the monument. Connecting the exact tolerances of the physical inlay to the isolated offline data creates a highly secure gateway to the family's narrative. Decades from now, long after lawnmower blades have scraped across the granite and dozens of brutal winters have tested the monument, the flush-mounted steel plate will remain pristine and fully operational. A family member simply scans the plate at the gravesite, and an entirely ad-free, comprehensive digital flipbook of the life story instantly loads on their mobile device. A legacy is the final story we get to tell. It deserves to be meticulously shielded from both the physical elements of nature and the shifting priorities of corporate tech companies. Stop leaving memories to chance, and stop renting space from the future. With Virtual Obits, you can engineer a dignified, permanent tribute today.